Well, in Nairobi, Kenya, heavy gunfire sent journalists and civilians scrambling for a third day in a row as government forces squared off with Al-Shabab militants at a local mall. The gunfight started Saturday afternoon at the Westgate shopping mall, where a group of 10 to 15 militants walked in two entrances and began firing on shoppers. The Kenyan Red Cross says that at least 62 people have been killed and 175 others have been injured, including 5 Americans. Al-Shabab posted a list of 9 people it says took part in the mall attack. 3 of those people are American citizens. It's a claim that the FBI is currently investigating, but lawmakers are already alarmed about Al-Shabab's influence in the United States.
It's an extremely deadly organization, very well trained, and it's one of the only al-Qaeda affiliates which actually has actively recruited here in the United States. There's at least 40 to 50 Somali Americans have gone from the United States to Somalia to be trained. A number of them have been killed, but there's others still alive. So I would assume that the FBI and local law enforcement are looking into those Somali American communities today for any leads or indicators, using all their sources and resources to make sure that there's no follow-up attempt here in the United States.
And as I understand it, one of the fundamentals of this Al-Shabaab group is global jihad. That's seriously what they've been preaching in recent years. Can you talk about this in a little bit more broad context? Because a lot of people tend to equate Al-Qaeda with some of these other terroristic organizations, but there are similarities and also differences. Am I correct?
Essentially, you are correct. The reality is the Shabab is not a one group. There are more than one group and faction among them. Essentially, there is the international leg of the Shabab movement, which is the link to Al-Qaeda and the Zawahiri, and they are part of the global jihad. They have a lineage to Somalia, but a lot of them are more, they pledge allegiance to Al-Qaeda and their methods, and usually they are violent methods, as we see. But there are also the local ones who care about the local government and services and things like that. They're still extremists, not necessarily as violent. And in the past, throughout this year, there was an inner struggle between the two factions of the group, and the reality ended by the international faction of Al-Shabaab is now essentially in control. And to the local communities in Somalia, they know these guys are just imports. They're not really from the community. They're just there to cause shenanigans and make the place a tougher place to live. And the local government is trying to work against them with coalition with other countries. As you see, Kenya has the buffer zone in southern Somalia, and that's sort of supported by the world community just because they don't want to spill over into the African region.